I felt I was in trouble when they showed the crime scene pictures, the photos to the jurors. And all you see in that picture is a body with a throat slash and shot 3 times. So when they passed them pictures to the jurors, they was all looking at me and shaking their heads and looking at me with hate in their eyes. I felt it. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. I lost my father when I never met him. He was killed in the bar when I was just a little baby. So all I had was a stepfather that was abusive. So my mama had to leave New York. If she would not leave New York, I know he would have killed her. And I'll never forget that day. My mama told me, we gotta go, one of these days I want to take you to Puerto Rico. And I said, Mama, we should leave now. And my aunts came and got us and took us to the airport, and that's how we left Brooklyn.
What do you remember about growing up in Puerto Rico?
I remember if I wake up in the morning and I decide to do anything, all I got to do, if I want to go to the mountain, I go to the east side. And if I want to go to the beach, all I had to do is walk 5 minutes from my house, and I'd be in the most beautiful beach in the world, at least to me. We was walking barefooted all the time. We had no shoes. So all of us was like that. In fact, if we see somebody come from New York with some shoes on, a little kid, we make fun out of him because he's the only one in the group with shoes. So he takes it out and he be like us. So it was a very, very, very poor life. And generally, it was a poor life, but we was happy.
And how old were you when you moved back to the United States?
I was 18 years old, going to 19. And I moved back. I came back to the United States on a program. It was a program picking the grapefruits, the oranges, the apples, the tomatoes, and all that stuff. So that's how I left the island. I was young, and in my life, I would say I was not going in the right track. I was using drugs. I was messing with the wrong people. Something was going to happen, and I knew that. I was arrested in 1975, and I did commit this crime, and I'm very shameful for it. Don't like to talk about it, but armed robbery. That time they sending me to 10 years, and I did, if you do 6 years and 9 months, that's all of it. You get out of prison without supervision, and that's what I did.
And what was life like for you when you came out of prison?
I was a little difficult to go back. It's to adjust yourself. People look at you different way. It's hard to get a good job. You already got a family. So it was not good. I hate to say it, but I became what you call a hustler. Hustling in the streets, getting a job over here and a job over there. But I was not killing and I was not robbing nobody. I can say that. It was on a Monday, May the 2nd, 1994. We was working in a field, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, pruning apple trees, getting it ready for the next harvest. And I remember, I'll never forget, I hear this noise. It was about 8 cars. And they stopped right there in front of us. They came out of the car with weapons pointed at us, and they told us to hit the ground, and we all did. Then they called my name, but I was scared because of the weapon that was pointed at me. But I raised my right arm. Then they told me to get up and walk toward them, and I did. When I got in front of them, they want me to open my mouth. They want to see if I had a missing tooth. I showed it to them. Then they want to They want me to roll the sleeve of my left arm. They wanted to see a tattoo, and I show it to them. This is a small, ugly tattoo. Then they say, yes, you are the man we are looking for. You are wanted for unlawfully fly to avoid prosecutions with warrants for your arrest for first-degree murder and armed robbery in the state of Florida. So they read me some rights and they throw me in a police car and they took me to a federal prison. A week or so after that, they took me to court in front of a magistrate, a federal judge, and he was talking about extradition. I did not know what extradition means. I was naive to the law. This is the type of English I know. If I say 5 words in English, believe me, 3 of them would be cuss words. So the brown interpreted to me to explain to me what extradition means. And all he told me in Spanish was, you either waive it or fight it. They're going to take you back anyway. So I started thinking, I'm not a killer. My mama did not raise no killers. I wouldn't waive it. So I waived the extradition. They took me back. When they took me back, a week after they took me back, they took me to court. This time in front of a state judge from Florida, and he was talking about the charges. You've been indicted, you've been arrested and charged with first-degree murder and armed robbery, and the state of Florida is sinking the death penalty against you, the electric chair. That's what he told me. So they brought this public defender to me, and I cannot hardly understand what he's saying because they never provide me with interpreter. And he always was telling me, you going home, don't worry about it, you will go home. I did understand that going home stuff. I should go home. I did not commit the crime.
And who did they say that you had killed? Who was the victim in this case?
The victim in this case was a 57 or 58 old man. They say he was a very good man, God rest his soul. It should never happen. He was a very good man and help the community. And I believe that was the pressure of getting somebody convicted. It was a lot of pressure on the police. They needed somebody to calm the community down. So now we're going to trial. Monday, we start picking the jury. Tuesday, we still picking jury. And after they pick 11 whites, 1 African-American person, no Hispanic, and I'm Hispanic, 6 women, 6 men, the death qualified jury have been picked, because that's what they call them. And the reason they call them the death qualified jury is because if you don't believe in the death penalty, you cannot sit on that jury. And this is what they had against me. They have what they call a police informant, what they call in the streets a snitch. He claimed, without any corroboration, without any tape recording, he claimed that I confessed the crime to him, his word against mine. The same police informant, the same snitch, he also implicates a friend of mine in the crime. He gets arrested. He's subject to 10 days of long hours of interrogation. He makes more than 16 statements. He incriminates himself in the crime. He gets charged with it. First-degree murder, armed robbery, and they threaten him with the electric chair. It's time to make a deal. So he was able to strike a deal with the state. He gets his first-degree murder charge drop. He gets his armed robbery charge drop all the way to accessory after the facts. No more tricks on the electric chair. No more long hours of interrogation. And basically, what he said on trial was this. I picked him up, took him to the scene of the crime, dropped him off, came back and picked him up an hour and a half later, took him home. Don't know what happened to after it happened. That's the entire evidence against me. No physical evidence against me. There's the testimony of two questionable witnesses. This is what I had on my favor. On the defense side, I had what you call an alibi witness. I had also four witnesses corroborating the alibi testimony. I had other witnesses testifying saying that the police informant, the snitch, had a grudge against me. But I had a problem. All the witnesses that I had on my side was from the African American race. But when a black woman and a black man testify for the defense on my side, all of a sudden, the credibility is gone. When you're innocent, you think this truth gonna come out. They don't wanna kill or execute an innocent man. But I was wrong. I felt I was in trouble when they showed the crime scene pictures, the photos to the jurors. It was about 12 inches in a frame in color. And all you see in that picture is a body with a throat slash and shot 3 times, blood all over the place. And they had the picture in color. So when they passed them pictures to the jurors, they was all looking at me and shaking their heads and looking at me with hate in their eyes. I felt it. And I know right then and then, this Puerto Rican is in trouble. Thursday, they found me guilty. Friday, before 10:30 in the morning, I was already sentenced to death. And during the process, the judge complained that it was taking too long.
How did you feel when you heard that you were going to be put to death by the electric chair? Do you remember that moment when the jury came in and said those words?
And when he say the I'm not gonna lie to you, I was feeling this way. And I do not recommend this to name prisoner. I wanted the death penalty, but I wanted the death penalty to give publicity so I can prove my innocence. Because if they sentence you to death and give you a life in prison, they're gonna forget about you. But with the death penalty, you case still in process to they kill you. So you got to have a lawyer. They got to have a lawyer. So that's what I wanted to. If I want to have the death penalty, I would probably be in prison right now.
And talk me through the first day in death row.
I never forget that day. It was a raining, ugly day, November the 2nd, 1984. The place was horrified. They put me in a 6 by 9 foot cell infected with rats and roaches. It was dark. It was cold. And every time they moved me out of that cell, I got shackles in my legs, chains in my waist, and handcuffs in my wrists. It was 16 death row prisoners in the bottom floor, sitting in the second one, sitting in the third. I will tell you about the food. They feed us 3 times a day. One meal almost after the other one. So you have long hours of hunger. And breakfast, that's the worst one. But not because of the food. I love grits and eggs. It's because they come too early and they never wake you up. So they press the breakfast plate in a flat that you have in your cell door, like a big mail slot. And if you wait 5 seconds in your bunk to get that tray, forget about it. You ain't run out of luck. You know why? Because the roaches beat you to it. They waiting for the breakfast too. And it get cold in northern Florida. And they supply us with a thin blanket. And I take that blanket and I cover my face, food and all. I don't want to see nothing. But the rats, they also get cold and they want to get warm. So they climb the blanket, and I can feel that rat is running up and down. I don't want to look at him, because if I look at him, I'm not going to be able to sleep. But when that rat stays still in my chest and he's not moving, I get a good grip of the blanket, and I check it hard as I can. Boom! I can hear that rat. It's a big one. I arrived there on a Tuesday. The following Thursday, they secured the 10 person in the state of Florida. But anyway, when they secured that 10 person, I got super scared. I'm thinking, they're killing people here every week. How long is going to be before they get me? The hardest part for me in there was when they execute one of them. Because I'm in this cell. Next to me is another person condemned to death that I know for 10, 15 years, maybe more. He cries in my shoulders. I cries in his. He shared with me his most intimate thoughts, and I share mine with him. I slowly learned to grow to love him. And then one day they snatch him out of there. And I know what's going to happen. They're going to kill him. In my time was the electric chair. And they got to generate the chair with electricity, because it's 2,010 volts that got to go to his body in order to get him killed. And I can hear this bossy sound. That still stay in my mind. And it's no movie. This is the truth. The lights flip on and off. So you know exactly the precisely time when they're burning the life out of him. But the most troubling about all of this is that some of them are innocent.
And Juan, how do you stay hopeful? How do you keep faith during your time on death row?
The first few years, it was very hard for me. Suicide thoughts is in your mind all the time. I remember the time a friend of mine committed suicide. And when one of them commits suicide, it was not only one, I seen a lot of them do it. And when one of them do it, you'll be thinking, if he do it, I can do it. And believe me, you want out of there. And the only way out is that, to commit suicide. So now I'm in this trance. I'm tired of it. I want out of there. I'm depressed. You're dead, but you're free. That's what the demons used to tell me. I never saw my friends killing themselves. I have a mirror myself, and I grab it, and I go to take my arm to the bars, and I look, and this is what I see. I see a purple blue face that does not look like my friend. I get to see something else too. I get to see the noose in his neck, because they never take it out. So now I want to take this trip. You see, I'm tired of it. I want out of there. And I lay down. When I lay down, I fell in a deep, deep sleep. And I start dreaming that I'm a little kid again. Do the things I used to do when I was a little kid. The things that make me smile. The things that make me happy. So here I am, swimming in the beautiful Caribbean Sea. The water is warm. The sun is bright. The sky is so blue. The palm trees look so good. It's a beautiful day. Then I see something that I never saw before. 4 dolphins coming my way. And they pass me. And then they turn around. And the pair got in one side. And the pair got in another side. And they start flipping and jumping like dolphins do. I'm having a ball in there. I'm so happy. Then I look to the shore, and it's a beautiful woman, a wonderful woman, smiling at me, waving at me, looking at me. And she seems so happy. And in the dream, I know why she's happy. She's happy because I'm real happy. That's my mother. And then I wake up. And when I wake up, I'm not lying to you. The bones smell like a beach. So I took that rope that I just made to take my life with. I walked straight to the toilet with it. Look at the toilet, look at the rope, and I flush it. And I say to myself, and I hear not to myself, I say it real loud, I don't want to die. That dream saved me.
What happened in your case to change the death penalty verdict?
The first thing happened was, believe it or not, is when my trial attorney became a judge. See, by him becoming a judge, it creates in the legal world a conflict of interest. And that conflict of interest gave me the opportunity to move my case out of that county, out of that racist county where the good old boy network operates. And it moved from Balto, Polk County, Balto, Florida, Polk County, to Hillsborough County, Tampa, Florida. And when it moved to Hillsborough, Tampa, Florida, it fell on the hands of a courageous, brave woman. I can tell you that I owe this woman my life. Her name is Honorable Barbara Fletcher. So that's the first part. The second part was that really set me free is they found a take confession of the real killer. They was in possession of the prosecutor a month before trial, and he never turned it in. So that all that gave me what you call a new trial. And when I get the new trial, my co-defendant, he already recanted his statement. And the man that claimed that I confessed the crime to him, he's dead. He died at AIDS 2 years after I was convicted. So no more case. No more case. The prosecutor decided to not to process the case, drop the case, dismiss the case, and that's why I'm here talking to you right now.
That must have been a pretty incredible feeling when you found out you were going to be free.
I did not know. It caught me totally by surprise. So the correction officers, they start acting different. They took the handcuffs off of me right away, changing all, because I had the papers that say I'm released. And they offered me hamburgers and soda pops. I said, I don't want no soda pop. I don't want no hamburger. I want to go back to my cell, pack everything up, and get the hell out of here. I'm packing everything up. I'm getting all this cosmetics and stuff in there that I, to my friends, passing all around. Because I can buy that in the streets. I just taking pictures and stuff. And I want to say goodbye to my friend in the last cell. And I'm in the cell next to last. And I'll never forget this. So they opened the cell door. I got out. He's in the last cell. I want to say goodbye to him, and I say goodbye to all of them. I'm not going to lie to you. I could not talk. I was in front of him, and I looked at him because I got sad. I mean, all the sun went down on me, and he got tears. I got tears. I got a smile, and I looked at him, and I can say nothing. And he said to me, first thing that came out of his mouth was this, like this. Don't get in no trouble there. Then he say, don't forget about us. And then they start whistling and banging the cell door bars and clapping their hands. And the guard, the correction officers, they got angry. Say, shut up, be quiet. They stopped making noise to who I left. They was real happy to see me go. Now I'm the door that gonna lead me to freedom. And when now they opened that door, this is what I saw. I saw a whole bunch of reporters. ABC, CBS, BBS, the whole letters of the alphabet was in there. And reporters came and answered me questions. And some reporters, they got some naive questions. The first question was, how do you feel? I did the Jim Brown on him. I feel good. Then this old reporter say, where you going? What you gonna do? What you wanna see? I did not told her that I want to go to Disney World, like they do. I told her, I want to see the moon. I want to see the stars. I want to walk. I want to hold a little baby in my arm. And that's how I was feeling. I just want to walk on grass. Simple things. They even put it in the paper like that. I was earned for simple things. All the people, they want this, a big meal. No, there's real simple things.
So at the point that you were released, how long had you been a prisoner on death row?
17 years, 8 months, and 1 day. And the 1 day is the day that I was released, and that's the day that I celebrate. It's my second birthday. I celebrated it's January the 3rd, 2002. That made me the number 99 death row prisoner in Florida, released at that time. And they never say, I'm sorry. And that's the part. I don't want no millions. I don't want nothing. All I wanted them people, really, would it be for me to tell me, one, I'm sorry what I did to you. And that would have been the best compensation I would have had in my life. None of them came to me and say, I'm sorry what happened. None of them. And that's the part that hurt more than anything. The collateral damage of the death penalty, it do not affect only the person that's condemned to death. It affects, for example, in my case, my mother. I spent 17 years, 8 months and 1 day in death row for a crime I did not commit. My mama spent 17 years, 8 months and 1 day on her knees, praying for a miracle that I would be released. And I don't think no mother in this world should go to that pain.
What was it like the first time you saw your mother as a free man? What happened?
Well, when I got out, I did not immediately went home. I stayed in the state about 8 days and I went back to Puerto Rico. And it was a big deal in the island. It made big news. The school, they stopped the school and everything. They had a big bus, people coming to pick me up in the airport. And when I saw her, she just grabbed me, hold me, and we just hold each other for a long time. And then they started bringing all kinds of food to the house that I ain't ate in a long time, and people that I didn't see in years came to see me. It was it's a good feeling.
You spent 17 years, nearly 18 years on death row, and missed your family's birthdays, people growing up, your life as a young man. Do you look back and feel anger towards what happened?
Sis, I ain't got no time for that. I look forward now. I ain't got no time. I don't think looking back, it will happen like you say. It will make you angry. And I got enough of that. That's gone long time ago. It's one thing that I learned in the inside. I learned how to forgive. And believe me, when you forgive, you're not helping the one you're forgiving. you're helping yourself. Live with hate and hangovers and all and grunges and all, that's not me.
And when you left your fellow inmates and when you left death row, that friend of yours said, don't forget us.
He's dead. I was doing an event when they was executing him. I mentioned it in the event. Some of my people that I know, they all gone. It's not one day that go by that I don't think about them. Not one day.
And Juan, why do you share your story? Why do you feel it's important to talk about your experience on death row and the death penalty?
Well, it's a story of being optimistic. That they show you should not never lose your hope. You should stick with your guns and try your best to stay strong, no matter what happens. This told me how much freedom in life, the value of the life and freedom is. I do care about life more than anything. and freedom is